All right, it's almost time to buy new house. What should we do with all this crap from old house?
We should get rid of all this crap and buy new crap.
Oh, yes. Maybe we use credit card and max it out.
New living room set, new kitchen. The possibilities are endless.
New everything. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to First Time Home Buying and Selling. I am Josh Madison, residential real estate broker in the state of Arizona, and this is episode 7, Purchase Process, part 2 of 2. In this episode, we will finalize the last few weeks of your purchase and what you can expect. We'll talk about your preliminary title report from the title company, the appraisal process and potential pitfalls, finalizing your loan documents, and finally, closing the sale. So let's get into it. Okay, if you've already listened to part 1, then we've completed the first half of the purchase process. Now we are on to the second half, which means you're only a couple weeks away from closing on your first home. Okay, your inspection period is complete and you're moving forward with the sale towards the closing date. Most likely, after those first 10 days, your mortgage broker will be contacting you for any other bits of paperwork they need from you to process your loan. You might need to provide updated bank statements, check stubs from your employer, and possibly another credit check. Also, the title company will usually contact you and send the preliminary title report information, also known as the prelim. This will help the title company in the process of setting up your note, deed, and title insurance for the sale of the house. The prelim will also show anything found on the title history the seller will need to pay off before the property transfers to you. In addition to that, there is a section showing what the title company will not insure, like easements, possible right-of-ways leading to, or in some cases, through your property. I'd advise getting with your realtor about the prelim and make sure everything looks good. Your contract should have a time period from receiving the prelim to disapprove of any items that you cannot live with. If you and your realtor find any issues with the title, that's your chance to bring it up. Now, usually everything checks out just fine, but it's always good to go over it just to be sure. And just like the inspection/due diligence period, if all looks well, you're moving forward with the sale. At this point, your mortgage broker will probably order the appraisal, as I spoke about in a previous episode, and in most cases, you will write a check and pay for the appraisal right then, unless it was negotiated in the offer for the seller to pay for it. Since the buyer's lender is the one who requires the appraisal, then usually the buyer is the one who pays for it. The appraiser's job is to then go out to the subject property, as the appraiser calls it. This is the place that you're buying, and view the home inside and out. They take many pictures of what they find. They do a lot of measuring to verify the square footage is as advertised. They then compare the subject property with usually at least 3 or more similar sold properties within a similar time frame. I won't go into all the detailed research an appraiser does, as it could take up multiple episodes to try to explain, and I'm not an appraiser. Basically, they have a painstakingly very detailed process to ensure the sales price is accurate with the current market conditions. What that means for you as the buyer and to your lender is that the property is worth the price you're paying for it and what the lender is loaning on it. Although the appraiser is not a home inspector, they will take pictures of and note any adverse conditions they find with the home or property. For example, if they notice missing shingles on the roof, they will note that. Then, when the appraisal is completed, it goes back to the lender for review. The sales price might be just fine at the asking price, but it may be under the conditions that the shingles on the roof need to be repaired, or a licensed roofer must inspect the roof first to ensure that it is in good standing before the lender will loan money for the sale. If you run into a situation like this, and the seller will not agree to the repairs, and you as the buyer can't or won't pay for it, then you possibly have a sale that is going to fall apart. The lender will not loan the money if all appraisal conditions are not met before the sale's closing date. So the appraisal is very important for all parties involved. Having a good realtor should help you navigate any of these potential pitfalls, especially if any of these items were pointed out during your home inspection. A good realtor will usually know what home inspection issues will also cause a problem on the appraisal, like the missing shingles on the roof that you can possibly clearly see from the ground. Majority of the time, all goes well with an appraisal of a home in good condition at fair market price. If that is the case, then the sale moves forward. By this point, you are usually within a week or two of closing the sale. Most likely, your mortgage broker will be updating you on the loan process and letting you know if they have any final documentation they need. They probably also run your credit one last time to make sure nothing has negatively changed from the time you started the process until now. So if you're wanting to buy that new living room set for your new home on your credit card, don't. Please wait until after your sale closes. That could adversely affect your credit and mess up your entire loan. Besides, maybe letting all those relatives know that you're closing on the purchase of your home all by yourself might entice them for some housewarming gifts. Now, besides the thought of possible housewarming gifts, the good news is you are almost at the final closing date you've been waiting for. At this point, everything is pretty much out of your hands. Your lender will be finalizing your loan documents. The title company will be setting up all of their closing documents for you to come sign. All you have to do is not put anything on credit or spend any of your down payment or closing cost money. Within a week or less of the closing date, your realtor should contact you to set up a final walkthrough. This is your chance to look the home over one last time and make sure it's in the same condition it was in when you first made the offer. Unless, of course, the seller has agreed to some repairs, then it's your chance to make sure the repairs are satisfactory to you. If not, then your realtor will help you notify the seller in writing to have whatever issue it is taken care of ASAP. If it can't be taken care of before the sale closes, then your closing date might have to be extended out longer until it's completed, which means you have to wait even longer to move in. Nobody wants that, so hopefully your final walkthrough goes well. If everything goes great with the final walkthrough, then you set up your signing time and date with the title company and move forward. Now at this point, you should have a copy sent to you from the title company of your final settlement statement. This settlement statement will show how much funds that you need to bring into the signing in form of a bank certified check or bank wired funds. This number is usually the combination of your down payment and your closing costs. This number should not be a surprise to you, as it should be very close to your GFE numbers from our previous episode. Remember, that's the good faith estimate you get from your mortgage broker when you first got pre-approved for your loan. They call it a good faith estimate because it should be close to what you can expect. The numbers won't be exact because of property taxes, insurance, and the time of year your sale closes, but it should be very close. If all your numbers look good, then you take your funds to the title company, sign all of your closing documents. Congratulations, you own a home. Well, almost. You see, once your documents are signed, they go back to your lender for approval. Once your lender approves your documents, then your note and deed of trust is sent to your local county's recorder's office, where they officially record the sale. Now you are the official owner. Take the keys, go move in. You did it. Congratulations. In the summary of Purchase Process Part 2, we covered the preliminary title report, the appraisal process, finalizing your loan, and we closed the sale. Congratulations! And congratulations for completing all the first-time home buying episodes. I'll be putting together more buying podcasts like buying vacant land, horse properties, rentals, and investments. If you have anything you'd like me to cover in future episodes, feel free to click the link in the details below and let me know through my website. Season 2 will start next week for first-time home sellers. So if you know anyone that'd be interested in help from my podcast, please share it with them. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Josh Madison, and I wish you happy house hunting. Take care.